It's back. The Rant. We're on a special night, Sunday night.
Holy
here.
crap, what an intro. My brain is like, holy.
He's already going.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we're having fun today. Spring has sprung, it seems, just like the spring in Emily's step and the sprung hard on in Steve's
Ding
loose pants.
dong.
Okay. I'll go with that.
We have a special guest in studio tonight.
Very special. In fact, he had to put a helmet on when he drove here. He's so special.
Super. I rode the back of the bus and I'm ready.
Steve,
What?
your
is
buddy,
it?
introduce him.
Who is it? Let's take a guess.
Let's see. He's
it's not
like,
Big Bird.
He's the best DJ on 101.
He's taller.
Riff.
He's taller than Meltdown.
He's taller than Meltdown.
Sorry, Meltdown.
He's a really kick-ass band. He's the nicest guy in the world next to Jesus.
Hey, watch it, Chunky.
And he is my friend, Screamer Scott. Hey!
Hey, you got that pretty good.
Hey!
Thank you very much. So they're watching right now?
Yeah, they're watching right now.
Right.
I have to do this.
today.
Do it, please. Do this. Here we go.
You're watching Rad Radio.
Yes. I'm like
Ready.
I'm like a little kid at Christmas right now. I am like losing my shit.
Steve has a man crush.
I have a man crush.
He's blushing.
I got a man crush. I am blushing, and I've got a boner.
He's
And
hiding.
that's gonna scare Scott really bad because Scott's sitting next to me, and it's like
Now, for those listening right now, without the camera and stuff, they would probably think this is a bong. You know?
Hey, we don't have to share
Hey,
our
let's hear it.
secrets, Scott.
Boy, this is a great show. Oh, this is good shit.
That's fantastic.
how do we even start from that, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm not sure.
Screaming Scott.
The one and only.
Thank you.
The
Thank you.
nicest guy in fucking Michigan, for
thank
sure.
you.
Not even the nicest
God.
guy. The best fucking radio DJ in
All
Michigan.
around.
I wouldn't say that.
I would.
We can say it.
I would.
You have
You
to
can say it.
accept it.
I was in a very big band, and I got much love for you, Scott. I can't even tell you, brother. I got so much love for you, I can't stand it.
I
Like,
can't
you've
remember
been,
how many times I brought you guys on stage.
I know, right? And like you remember, like,
It's like,
and you're
I'd
still
be
my
on-
friend,
I'd
even
be
though I
on-
used to call you.
You're
They
still
go,
my friend.
play my song. And you're like, Dick, I can't. You're not on regular rotation, and yet it just never. I don't know. Maybe I smoked too much pot at the time, and I didn't get it. And I was like, Scott, please play my song. And you're like, dude, I told you, I can't.
Or I'd be on stage, just 3 sheets to the wind. It's like, all right, everybody, please welcome. And then you have to look back at the drum. Right, progress. Funny story that was just like that. A story at St. Andrews Hall. I'm doing a record showcase for Shinedown, who just came out. Nobody knew who they were yet. And I'm at St. Andrews Hall with a good sound guy. He's a sound guy over at Harpo's now, Chris Benacki.
Okay.
Harpo's
king.
rocks.
The king. And he was doing sound over at St. Andrews, and Shinedown was playing. And Chris goes, hey, we got some time. Let's go next door and grab ourselves a drink. Well, a drink turned into like a whole bottle of vodka. And then he looks and goes, hey, you got to bring the band on, don't you? So I go, yeah. So he races me over. And then I go to bring the band on. I completely forgot the name of the band, which is Shinedown. And I'm on stage going, hi, Scott. Would you please welcome? And then I spaced out and I went, please welcome the band. Walked out of the back of St. Andrews Hall. Walked out of the back of St. Andrews Hall, and for God's sake, I don't know why, I got into my car and I drove home. I don't know how I drove home. You should never, kids, you should never do that. Get in your car and drive home. But I was so embarrassed and so drunk.
Scott, we have a present for you.
Oh, you got a present
All,
for me?
all,
We
all
have
the
little
stuff
gifts.
that you required
Oh, yeah.
to be here tonight, we did it.
Oh, my God. Now, No, for those who don't know,
We just threw Scott a curveball.
When-
He's a stuttering prick
He's
right
blushing
now.
a little.
He's blushing.
a
He's
little.
like, what the fuck?
now, what people wonder, when a band goes to play somewhere, they call it a rider. It's certain things that they ask. And some people are really divas, like you get like Beyonce or Mariah Carey that ask for furniture and all this stuff. And they always
Titanium
have, like,
straws.
a deli trays and everything. And there was always a running joke with Van Halen with the brown M&Ms.
Yep.
And U2 had a bunch of strange things. You can there's a website you can go onto and pick up all the different weird riders that bands had. But in the movie Airheads, they had the Lone Ranger.
Rangers.
The yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
Lone
plural,
Ranger,
right?
plural, right.
Plural.
They asked him what are your demands, and it's a football helmet with cottage cheese, which is here, if you look here, and naked pictures of B. Arthur. and I asked for Mountain Dew Ice. This is the new Mountain Dew Ice, which is great with vodka, Tito's vodka, by the way.
Go Tito's.
And I just jokingly was talking to Steve and just say, hey, do you need anything for the show? I said, yeah, a football helmet with cottage cheese, a Mountain Dew Ice, and naked pictures of P. Arthur.
And I brought it, brother.
And
I brought it.
it's right here.
And thank you, Scott. Now those pictures are downloaded on my fucking laptop.
And you can never unsee them.
They're there
Oh,
forever.
that's
it's
glued
glued
on there,
on it.
right?
Yeah, it's glued on so it didn't fall over.
Oh, okay, because I was going to do shots with it. I was like, do the Mountain Dew Ice and then.
You gotta
Well,
use-
you could just dip
We're
your
real
finger in
classy
probably.
here. You could just stick your finger
This
in
is
there.
awesome. Should we show them at home?
Oh, yes.
There you go.
You should show them.
The naked pictures.
B.
of
Arthur.
B.
It's
Arthur.
beautiful.
You have to watch the movie Airheads.
Yeah.
To understand this
Which is a
this
very,
whole little
very cool Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
Steve Buscemi and Brendan Fraser.
Very awesome. Great stuff.
And then when I wrote to Scott back, I was like, should I bring burritos with squirt guns with hot sauce in it? And he knew I was, just so I could
knew.
show him, hey, dude, I know
I
what you're
knew the
talking
movie
about.
reference.
I knew what you were talking about.
Why didn't
So
you ask me for burritos? Jeez, Steve, what the fuck?
She's not hip like on the radio stuff or like
I'll
on the
try.
TV stuff.
Well,
like
you have to
this.
be politically correct. If Steve goes, I'm going to give you a burrito. you might think,
You're like,
you might.
No, Steve,
You
fuck
might
off.
just boom, just the weirdest thing in the world. Like, no, exactly.
So are you even interested in these kind
Well, the
of
Mountain
drinks
Dew
anymore?
Ice. Yeah, the Mountain Dew Ice.
And it's cold.
yeah, it's awesome. It's got a little peck there.
The
I
pictures
can't
are a little
I can't like
disturbing.
sit and drink a whole 6-pack of these things, but it's new and it's not bad. I was a Mountain Dew junkie growing up. I meant to the point where it wasn't just we had the glass bottles of Mountain Dew, which is great because right after school we'd go to a little place called ABC Pizza, and it was a party store, and you go and get an ice cold bottle of Mountain Dew in glass. Open it up.
The
just
best.
dunk, 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 dunk. And you would chug that whole thing. And then the addiction got bigger to like a 2-liter of Mountain Dew.
ABC, was that right around on 13 Mile?
Right across the street from Sebo's Pizza.
Okay, Seabo's. That's what I was going to ask you. Those are the
Warren.
old Seabo's.
It's just like it's coffee on crack is all it really is,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I mean, it's
But
like sweet
these
coffee,
energy
but we
drinks
have
are
these-
deadly. I mean, you see the kids that are just dropping like flies.
Well, because a Monster, like the
Yeah.
Monsters ones are the ones that kill it. They're like this tall.
yeah.
And they're like, don't drink more than 2, you could die. And it's like right on the can, and you're going, what the hell?
What kid wants to be like, hey, I'm going to drink this entire can of Monster Energy and then run track? Hey,
Not
dude,
a good
that's
idea.
Great idea.
Not a good
Dude,
idea.
these haunted houses that you used to actually, promote in your younger days. Remember, you'd go around. That's what sponsors a lot of haunted houses.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so, like, me, when I was a manager, I'd go around and a kid would be tweaking out, and I thought he was on drugs, but he just said, no, I drank 2 cans of, because we'd have free cans of
Right.
Monster. We had cases of them. Cases.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against energy drinks.
No,
Nothing.
but I'm saying they would tweak out, and they were afraid they're going to have a heart attack and die.
The
And these are
whole-
kids.
The whole thing about anything you do is anything is good in moderation. It's when you screw up and just fucking take the
Fucking
norm
moderation.
and then just go over the top with everything.
Oh yeah,
Well.
obviously.
Moderation. You know what moderation?
I mean, you go to one of those sex shops, and you could buy just the regular tube of lube, or you
Or
could
the
get,
regular
or you could
pocket
get the
pussy.
gallon.
I need the gallon. I jerk
Yeah,
off a
Steve-
lot. I
Steve-
jerk off a
Steve has a
lot.
masturbation.
No, there's an
issue.
even
My,
bigger
my,
size.
my sex life has gone to shit, so like I jerk off a lot.
No,
so I
Steve-
need that big gallon.
Steve's doesn't come in the gallon. His comes disguised as a Chemlon truck.
Well, moderation is the same as expectations, right?
Yeah.
Expectations. Do you like that word?
Well, expectations. It all depends
Expectations.
what you're talking about. If you're expecting a burrito, and then all of a sudden,
I get a taco.
Wow.
Fuck,
Wow.
I'm pissed. Well, no, I like tacos too. But no expectations.
yeah,
You,
you have to have the sound effect of the Price is Right. Good man. He's on top of it. Very good.
I love it. I love it. But you've been in this biz so long.
When you total it up, without counting my high school years, it's been like 31 years.
So 3 decades in
Yeah.
a year.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Everybody
Seriously,
knows
wow.
you.
And when they find out I finally have no talent, then
Oh, please stop.
No,
Oh
I'm
my
saying,
God.
they still haven't found out.
There's
about
so
me
much
yet.
love for you. It's sick. It's like you are like the.
Nobody-
Do you
everyone
realize,
says you're
dude?
great.
You're like the Jesus
Oh,
of
stop.
radio.
No, I am
No,
not.
you,
I
dude.
am not. the
Dude,
Jesus
okay,
of radio.
all right. I'm gonna jump on these questions right away. I'm gonna go
Okay.
there. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna
Hit me.
skip a couple.
I'm going to skip a couple.
I've talked to a lot of people. I was in a band, you know this, and I knew a lot of people, and not one motherfucker would say anything bad about you. You didn't. You had
Never.
no one, even to this day. When we were like, Scream Scott, oh, he's just the greatest guy. He is the shit. And I'm like, I know, right? It's like, this is sick.
I know Scott. I know Screaming Scott.
Yeah.
I know him. I know him.
So-
Tell him I said hi.
Except if they gave me a seal of Coke and I did more than just the pinky. And I gave him back the seal. When I gave him back the seal and it was empty, and
You're like, thanks, bro.
thanks,
It's
dude.
going to be a great night.
Gee.
So, no,
Screaming.
Scott. Let's
Screaming, Scotty.
let's
I
get
love
to
you,
the
man.
hard hitting questions. Let's get into hard hitting questions, buddy.
No, here, the hard hitting question. I don't like cocaine, but back in the day, I just loved the way it smelled.
Right. You got to smell it. You got to smell it
God.
to see how it's, like if it smells good, then you know it's good, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to smell it. Just see what it tastes.
Yeah, just see
People
what it
have no
tastes like.
idea what we're talking about right now. It's going to go over a lot of people's heads on that one. But no, seriously, Scott, do you actually have any enemies?
Yeah, there's few. There's
I wanna
Really?
hear about him.
You?
No, trust me. If you don't play a Metallica song when somebody demands it, sometimes, you get. I've got stalkers. I had one stalker that followed me all the way from Z-Rock over to Riff, and
Male or female?
male.
Okay.
He was pissed off because there was another jock at Z-Rock called Sharkman, and I took his morning gig. Actually, Sharkman got fired, and then I got the job. So my first week on the air, it was part of friends around here going, Scott, it's motherfucking cool that you're playing Pantera at 5:30 in the fucking morning. And then there were the Sharkman fans going, I know who you are. I will find you, and I will kill you.
No shit. Seriously?
The one kid, I had
That's
it
kinda
on
scary,
tape. I had
actually.
it on tape. He knew what kind of car I drove. He goes, when you're driving home in your Camaro, you better check the lug nuts. We wouldn't want anything
that's
to
kinda fucking scary,
happen to
bro.
you now, wouldn't you?
That's scary.
And yeah, it was scary.
fucking creepy.
Police had to come in. Yeah, for the 99.99999%, everybody is so cool. But there's always the one. That and old band members. That
Oh, man.
Well,
that get kicked out of the band.
that's
That's
we
you
understand.
know that.
Yeah, we understand that. But I'm just saying, like, out of all the bars I've seen you in, I mean, you're the guy. You are the guy that like spent every like concert, every show, every backstage thing where you talk to big bands and all this stuff. I mean, you've had to make some kind of enemies through the years.
At least if it is, I don't know. And if I do, I would make a valiant effort to apologize.
Have you
Because
always been
I
this
don't
way in
hate
your life,
anybody.
or did
Yes.
you just decide this is how I'm
Yes.
going to be on the radio?
No, I wanted to be the one thing I never wanted to have in this business, and I told everybody, told all my real close friends.
Wait till you get on podcast. we have a 50-50 hate-love relationship on this show. So, but go ahead. Sorry.
I told them that any of my real close friends, if I ever get an ego or too big for my shit, I want you to knock me down a few pegs. And I mean it. I mean, just come out right out and frickin' tell me. It's like, Scott, you're being an asshole. You're being a dick. Stop it.
Your head's too big.
How the hell do you be a
can't
dick,
squeeze you
though?
through the door.
No, it's like-
Your hands
I
are
mean, can you
shackled.
imagine somebody coming up to me for an autograph and going,
Okay.
hey, Scream, can you sign this for me, man? And then I would turn around and go, sorry, dude. Sorry. I've got to go backstage right now. I can't do this right now. I mean, really? Sign your autograph? I mean, really? Please. No, of course. I would go out of my way to help anything.
You're
and
a
to
great
sign
guy.
anything. I just don't want to be a dick. I don't.
You're not a dick.
No.
I can't. That was we really wanted to find something that's some.
Yeah, I know.
somebody
We're
that said you were a
digging.
dick
I mean,
and-
our job right now is to
Everybody
dig.
says you're
a
You know that,
There's-
Scott.
there's
You know
got-
that,
there's
Scott.
got-
We're trying to dig.
There's got to be a few things out there that you'll hear.
well, I mean, we're
It's
all
like when we
human,
were
right?
talking before the show. It was like, yeah, man, I remember partying at Screaming God's house, man. It's been great. It's like, who are you? You were at my house? And you did what?
Right.
No, it's like, really? Because you get those people like, yeah, I know Screaming Scott personally. Here, let me call him. Hey, Screaming. Who the fuck is this? But maybe stop calling me.
You made me feel that way, and you've known me
No.
forever. Like when I
say fuck
when
you.
I
Who did
text
like
you,
that?
no, you never fucked me, but you were like, you never told me to fuck off, but you were like, what? Remember when I text you, I was like, so is everything still good going on? And you're like, what? Like you must have. There's the bong sound again. Scott,
Best
Scott,
show
Scott,
ever.
Scott is
This is
doing a
great
bong
shit.
hit. Motherfucker, he's throwing me off right now. See what he does? You see what I'm saying?
Producer Dave's gonna be really mad at us.
No, he's not.
Dave's not here. No, it's me, Dave. I got the stuff.
Hit the questions.
So yeah, I want to know. We have expectations. When you got into this business, were there any expectations that you thought were going to happen that didn't, and it was just like completely
Well,
different? Or
At first, I was just scared to death, but I knew it's like I had to get over this and get used to doing everything. Because my first job was in Ohio at a small station in Wapakoneta, and I'll tell you, if you have ever gotten pissed by a farmer not hearing his hog report at 4:30 in the morning, I found out being a city boy.
Oh my
In
God.
a country town, and if you missed broadcasting that 4:45 pig report, that phone would light up.
Who would ever thought?
I just sitting on a fucking report. You say, son of a bitch. Who are you? Go away. Yeah, you get those all the time. But I knew in this business, it's what I wanted. Ever since I was a kid, my parents told me when I was really, really young, I had this attraction to jukeboxes and music. And
Well, we
couldn't-
see that on
They would take me
Facebook,
to
yeah.
a restaurant. If a restaurant had one, or
They
there's-
are epic.
I got a picture of me in the Bobolo boat, right? And there's a jukebox there, and everyone's ready to go out and go on the rides and everything, and I'm clinging to the jukebox. Going, no, it's music. Leave me alone.
oh, my favorite song.
And now Scott has one in his basement, which is pretty
No,
epic.
it's called a Florida room, not a
Oh.
basement.
I like how he says
That's
Florida.
fancy.
I like how
talk.
Scott turns his voice into sexy right there. Florida room. He gets this
Florida
deep
room.
kid.
Get it
Florida
right. No, I got 4 jukeboxes, and I also collect pinball machines. I love old-fashioned pinball machines.
And that's where me and Scott have a big common interest. We both love pinball. We both
Yes.
love the 80s. We both love the video game arcades. God,
used
don't
to
you
work
miss
at
those? I mean, don't you miss those, bro?
Well, but
I mean,
before my
seriously.
illustrious radio career, as you guys have pointed out to the listening audience, I actually worked at the arcade at Oakland Mall.
Oh yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, right in
I did not know
the
that.
center entrance. It was right next to Oga's, which was so cool when you wanted to fucking eat something.
Oglas go back that far?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This was 1982,
Holy
81,
shit.
80. And the place was called Simulation Station. It was a whole bunch of arcade and pinballs, but they had this ride called the KMS 2000, which would seat 12 people, and then they would show a movie of a roller coaster, and the whole damn
And the whole
fucking
thing,
thing would...
yeah, it would move, and it'd go up and down. Right.
And
I
you'd,
remember those.
you'd collect $3 from every person going on this ride.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Stacks.
thought that was like the shit back then.
But most
And-
of the time, I sat behind the cash register, leaning over and yelling, "Hey, quit beating on the games!" Because there was always that one kid kicking the machine, and I'd walk over nice to him. I was like, "Hey, can I come over your house and kick your TV?" And the kid would go, "What are you talking about?" I said, "See inside this video game, there's a TV. How would you like it if I came over and kicked your TV? You wouldn't like that, would you?"
That's awesome.
But it was a hell of an arcade. It was just great. It had everything.
You are like the hardest interview ever.
How is it hard?
God,
It's be
people,
hard.
this is so hard. Emily,
I
next
think-
question.
Ask-
Let's-
ask me
Steve's
something
blushing.
good.
Steve's
Come on, hit
blushing.
me.
He's got a boner.
Come on,
it-
next question.
Yeah, all this.
We got some major
all
shit
this
that we want to ask you.
snowflakey. My feelings are hurt. Everything everybody
yeah,
says
here we go.
offends.
Here we go.
Offends
Yeah.
me in every way. I mean, I know the station that you're on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the FCC. We're on a podcast. We can
Right.
say whatever the motherfuck we want, whenever the fuck we want.
And that's got to bum you out. You know
And
you
we-
hate it.
we
You know you
do.
hate us a little bit because of that.
We can share our opinions.
It's not a hate, but it's just a different style.
It's a
of
different
doing it.
style, yeah.
I mean, I'm talking music and community stuff, and of
And
course,
we're talking whatever, and then some.
It's hard because sometimes you catch yourself. It's like, hey, it's 4:45 in the afternoon. It's like, I've got Alice in Chains coming up, and hey, I've got Foo Fighter tickets.
That's
Wouldn't
right.
Wouldn't you fucking like to win some Foo Fighter tickets? Fucking A. But as much as I'd like to say that, it's like, man, this would be fucking cool
Well-
if I won these. But you can't.
Okay, Scott.
But
here's-
what about opinions? What about opinions
Yeah,
about
follow-up question.
Well,
tricky
how
subjects?
do you feel?
Should we give you
Again.
an example?
The opinions and stuff, you have to be really, really careful
Yeah.
because, for one thing, you don't want to piss off your audience, especially with politics. You give an opinion about politics,
Now you're
boom,
losing fans.
You lose
But don't
half.
you have to go
Yes.
through that
You
with your
lose
producer
half your
first, though? Even if you go there?
I am my own producer. I'm
No.
the only one in this.
No,
the-
because
the
I had to
program
call.
director-
I
the
had to call
program
you.
director.
Yeah, I had to call him to get you on the show.
Right.
So you still have to go through him on certain things, right?
Exactly,
What
right.
you're gonna say, so you know you don't. You got a job still Monday.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So.
But
when-
again, you just have to use a lot of common sense.
Discretion.
Yeah, a lot of common. There's-
like you're hanging on both sides, kind of thing. Is
No,
that
it's
what
just
you
like,
mean?
ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Rad Radio. We have Screaming Scott on the show today. We're going to talk about abortion.
Right.
It's like, whoa, holy cow! I mean, it's just whoa. That would be just like, whoo! What a question to ask, Screaming Scott. What's your opinion? Now, tell me. We're going to sit here for the hour of the show, and we're going to wait for your answer.
He's killing
That's how
me.
you do it.
I got nothing.
Well,
But again, radio is a lot of common sense. And again, it's an entertainment business. You want to be discreet, but also you want to be able to entertain and let them know it's like, hey, there's a cool concert coming up. Here's the details. Here's the details of what's
we're
coming
really
up.
not going to talk about
okay,
abortion.
Scott, stop with your show. Like, okay. That sounded like a real fucking whistle, by the way. That was pretty. That was
Yeah.
impressive.
That's from being a floor guard at
That-
a roller rink.
that is
and
impressive.
forgetting your whistle and teaching yourself how to actually whistle without it.
That's pretty badass.
That's very good.
Okay, so
I can
if
do
you
a
had a
bong
more,
also.
okay,
Do you want to
okay,
do the bong
I
again?
wanna-
here's
Let's
the
do the
bong.
bong.
We heard the bong.
Let's do the bong.
You do the
All right,
bong?
we'll
Here
do
we
the
go.
bong again.
You take drugs, Danny?
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
so, all right, if oh God, you
Wait,
fucked me all up.
I got a
I
question.
hate dealing with someone who's got decades above me because I'm like, he's fucking me up now.
Well,
oh
I got
God.
a question. When did we break for commercials? Never. Okay.
He wants to go hit the real bong.
Please continue.
know what's funny is we have almost the same start.
Right.
WPHS, Cosmo High, Specs Howard, and then you went to Ohio for radio. I went to 8 Mile in a topless bar.
No, actually, I did a topless bar when I first started working at Riff. When Doug Podell hired me over at Riff, he said, this was the deal. I'd give you part-time for 1 year. You work with me for 1 year part-time until something opens up, then I'll give you a full-time position. And we'll give you gigs in the meantime to help compensate money-wise. But I guarantee you, in 1 year, you'll be on full-time. I said, great. So I had to figure, I was like, oh, my God, what am I going to supplement my income? What else do I do? All of a sudden, hi, this is so-and-so from Tycoons. I heard you're looking for a job. We have an afternoon shift if you want to do it. It's from noon until 7
And you're a
p.m.
guy, so that's epic. You're like, oh, and you're
did.
paying me
I
20,
did.
30 an hour? I'm there.
I almost did a complete year as the day jock at Tycoons. And I'll tell you, it's rough.
Oh,
It's rough.
What a
'cause-
rough job.
No, I meant you think it's so easy and everything, but it's nonstop. You can't stop to take a break. You don't play long Tool or Guns N' Roses songs while dancers are up there. It's like 3.5 on to the next.
Yeah, 3 minutes and you got to cut it.
Or actually 250 at traffic light. But that's
Okay.
another story.
Oh, the traffic light. It's a classy joint.
It is. It is a very cool place. Damn it is. They
Someone
have-
paid him to say that, ladies and gentlemen.
No, they've got
I
great
see
stage,
his eyes.
a wonderful
Someone is
atmosphere.
paying
It
him.
is a great atmosphere.
God bless who's ever paid Scott because he's very convincing right now.
And you got to learn all the snappy things like,
Oh, yeah.
gentlemen, one starts, one stops, one goes up, one goes down right now on stage 2. Please welcome Bambi.
Yeah, it's that. Hey, and they're all named after cars too. Hey, please welcome Porsche, and coming up in 2, it's Mercedes right here.
Scott, you're kicking the shit out of me. All right, let me ask you this question. I knew you were gonna take over because you're
That's
just
okay. No,
badass.
that's-
No, you're good. You're badass. What was okay? Who was your mentor? Like, who did you look up to when you were a kid to say, I want to be that? Because we all have our, even me as a band. When I was in a band, I was like, before I got in a band, I was like, I want to be like them. So who is the guy? And don't kiss ass to the people.
No,
on,
no, I'm
you
not.
know, on
I'll
your radio.
tell you,
be honest.
Right off the bat and stuff, I grew up listening on a little transistor radio, Keener 13 and CKLW. So all the jocks in there.
Oh,
from
sweet.
Burton,
Okay.
From Burton to Tom, trying to remember his name. Well, brother.
Not
My
Prophet.
parents got a Fisher 200-watt FM stereo. Now, back in the day,
That was the
68,
shit.
69, there was no FM stations. And now all of a sudden, this is a new toy. And they didn't know it was going to go over. But here it is, a Fisher stereo system, and had no AM channel. It was all just FM. So, on ABX, W4, boom. I came across WRF. And it's funny, the first thing I heard was the DJ going, you need yourself a custom car? You need, or how about you need custom shag for that van, conversion van. They could do it all for you.
Oh my
Bring it to so-and-so's custom van shop where you can get a teardrop for the back of it. Hey, it was Arthur Penhall.
Dude, you got
And-
like the voice from hell. I love it. You're
it was
killing me
back
with this.
way before the Maui time and all that. Arthur, I bet his voice just drew me. It's like, wow, this is what I want to do. And I'm like 7, 8 years old, listening to Arthur Penhall going, wow, this guy sounds cool, and they sound like they're having a ball.
Yeah,
Except
yeah.
when they're record skipping and nobody knew it. And, they're all probably,
We've had our moments.
yeah. But Arthur was my first real radio hero. Then came people like Carl Coffey, Ken Calvert, Jim Johnson, Doug Podell was just huge inspirational just by talking to him
Right.
for years. And that influence of getting to network with him when a job came
Now,
up, that's when Doug called
let's
me.
stop at Doug Podell for a minute. Did he get bitter as he got older? Or was he always
No.
kind of a bitter kind of guy?
I've never...
Dude, when we always
Never
talked to
found
him,
him bitter.
he always sounded bitter. Like just when you talk to him, he's just like, eh.
I never had. There was only one bitter experience I ever had with Doug. Is when I was working the Van Halen concert, and we had at WRAF, we had a thing where you had to play back the songs they played in concert. Well, I was playing back the concert playback, we called it, and he called me up and was just bitching me out saying, "That's wrong. You got the wrong order." I said, "Well, who told you that?" It's like, so-and-so told me that this, and I said, "Doug," I said, why would I lie to you? I have no reason to lie to you. And then he said, "You know what? You're right." That was cool. And it wasn't even really an argument, but Doug had always been cool with me and was always up front with me and a big-time mentor. And now my boss now, Mark Pennington, another one who was just right there. If you're screwing up or anything, he's like, "Hey, I don't want you to do this." It's like, be leery of what you're doing. Here's something to do in the meantime. Try this out instead. I mean, it's very hands-on and very, just nice. And just it's just helped my career.
I like the riff. The riff is very cool. I was there.
Yeah.
I was on the Drew and Mike show with my son.
I was way back
Very
with
cool.
Jim John when I was driving my way to go to Specs Howard every morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, driving down 8 Mile.
Yeah.
I would be listening to Jim Johnson and the Morning Crew.
George Beyer.
And Richard D. Bruiser. And I'll take you down to the air-conditioned Como Arena, and I'll let you freeze. And all the characters. My favorite is when George Beyer, who did all the voices for it, I tried to emulate him as much as I could in high school, did a great Bullwinkle, and I love Bullwinkle. "Hey, not no I leave. Hey, presto." And I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
I'm actually waiting for somebody to do a good
Perfect.
Bullwinkle.
There you go.
That's a good one.
I can still do Hank Hill though really good. God damn it, Bobby,
tell
get the
you
hell
what.
out. I'll tell you what, get out of that bathroom and stop jerking off, boy. I'll tell you what. But okay, well, the other thing I got to look on this. You're so epic. I'm all over the place here.
Epic, he said. Epic.
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 Well, before we get into
Steve
your
tells
band,
everyone they're epic when he loves them.
okay, if you could have your way on your, we'll say riff, and I'm going there. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
What would you say if, anything that happened recently that you would be like, just love, like you're fucking like grinding at the teeth, like something's going on right now in the world, and you're just dying to say something. So I remember me and you were talking, you were like, "Yeah, the morning show, just they cover everything, and fuck, by the time they get to me, I got shit."
Well, yeah, it's just the topics of the day.
No, understood.
Right.
Nothing against them. It's just, they're doing their job. Understandable. But
with
if you
the
had your
internet-
way and they said, "Scott, say whatever the fuck you want," what has driven you nuts lately that you're dying to even make any kind of...
He doesn't want to voice his opinion.
No, it's with that.
It's tough.
I'll tell you, it's the stupidness of the Tide Pods.
Oh,
How-
it is,
How
isn't it?
people would actually...
What do you
See
mean?
that?
Like, 20 years ago that we said cars were going to fly instead?
Yeah.
Kids are eating Tide Pods? Yeah,
Oh.
it's pretty embarrassing, right?
I mean, we did some really stupid things as kids, but
We
granted,
didn't poison ourselves, though.
junior high school. Yep, I was one of those that's like, hey, John, did you hear? It's like, what, man? Did you hear if you scraped the inside of a banana peel and then baked it and then rolled it up and smoked it? It's like, no way, man. It's like, that's not true. It's like, dude, I'm telling you, man, it works. And we tried it, and it didn't work.
Pop Rocks and Pepsi.
I got one for you. I got one that might beat you. I was so desperate for weed at one point, back the day when I smoked weed, that I actually smoked catnip. We were out of weed, and I was so desperate. We smoked catnip, and all I got out of it.
There you go.
He masturbated to be other pictures. Just to let you know.
Just so you kids know, if you do that, it's just going to give you a headache. It doesn't do nothing for you. I tried it.
I was never the kid that got high. I was never really in. There were some times and stuff that I'd done it, and then slipped on a Santana or a Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon record. Every once in a while, I was never into it because.
Are you into the whole Pink Floyd being masked up with the? Do you believe in that? The whole
Yeah, it works.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
Do you believe that?
Yeah, it's. I don't believe the conspiracy. It's a funny coincidence because there's other ones out now that are mashing up with different movies too, and it's just a funny coincidence. I bet the
But
conspiracy
don't you think
theories
it's
are
kind of
just like,
clever though
oh
if
my
they
God,
did do
David
that?
Gilmour did a whole bunch of dope, and he thought, "Hey guys, I got this great fucking idea."
Alan Parsons, come over here. We got to talk about this.
How about let's do this, man? Let's take the Wizard of Oz and do this whole mashup thing and have it go. But you gotta wait till the Lion roars 3 times. We have to time that out perfectly with the intro song, and then it's like Wicked Witch comes on. Oh my God, this is great, man! Oh my God. I don't think that they planned to have.
Dude, when you watch it,
Just
you're
not-
telling me there's not a connection? I
don't
see
think
it.
so.
I actually saw it. I
It's
saw the connection.
coincidence. It's
I've
coincidence.
done it, but I think it's just a funny coincidence. That's all. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else behind it that would.
Are you a spiritual person?
To the point where I believe I'm not to organized religion, but as to for.
You are so PC. You're fucking. Stop
I
it.
don't wanna be
Stop
PC.
it.
It's just I believe.
Every answer this fucker's giving me is like, I love you, dude. I don't mean to call you fucker, but it's like, he's giving me all these
Steve
answers
just
like
called
it's a
Screaming
safe
Scott a fucker.
answer.
No, it's
It's
not.
a
It's
safe
not.
answer.
I-
Stop. You're not on the riff.
And you guys
Stop
all
it.
had a 20
Stop
and it's
it.
going to be on
I
me.
was brought up Lutheran.
Okay.
But it got to the point and stuff as I grew up, organized religion was just pissing me. I mean, I don't know if it was the Tammy Faye Baker stuff, and the corruption, and of course the sexual stuff with little choir boys and things like that just really turned me away from organized
agreed.
religion, and I haven't gone back. But it hasn't stopped me from every day I look upstairs and go, "Thank you, God, for a wonderful day. Thank you, Jesus." Boom. That's simple as that.
Awesome. Thank
And,
you.
I just
simple.
keep it simple and
Yeah.
just that I believe.
Well, whatever.
believe.
I mean, you're a great guy. We know that. So you don't have to prove that by going somewhere every
it's-
Sunday.
No,
It's
yeah.
to yourself.
But then
It's within.
But Scott, there's a science to everything.
I was going to say. And that's where Emily
I love that
rolls
voice how
in.
it goes in. He's got that deep
There's
sound,
again,
sexy voice.
in life. There's a yin and a yang that balances out everything. So I just wish everyone would stop frickin' arguing.
But me and you
Wouldn't that
both,
be great?
me and you both died, and apparently we were going to hell, right, bro?
Oh yeah,
because we
Right.
didn't see
I
shit.
I didn't see it.
We saw
heart attack.
darkness. So
Well-
we got to repent, brother. Both of us. If there's something, me and Scott's got to repent.
that was
'cause we're
terrific.
going to hell.
2005, had a heart attack from drinking too much Jaeger and Red Bull, and
That's right, kids.
I was at
Listen
the
up.
hos-
Listen up, kids.
I was at the hospital, and they put me in a wheelchair, put a bracelet on me, and said, "Okay, Mr. Randall, we're going to wheel you in the back and run some tests." I said, "Okay," and boom, died right there in the
Oh,
wheelchair.
man.
So they yelled, "Code Red! Oh my God, Code Red!" There's a guy that named Meltdown in the studio. No.
He had a meltdown.
And boom, they said I died, and they took the paddles out. And yep.
And you don't remember
Took the
anything.
No. All I remember is them telling me, "Okay, we're going to run some tests." And they
And
go,
that
"No,
was
no,
it.
you died. We just used the paddles to bring you back." And I said, "Wow, cool." And then I threw up all over the operator room.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All that Jaeger went. It's like, wow, that was cool.
So I just want to appreciate, I just want to tell Scott, thank you so much for introducing me to Jaeger bombs,
Yes.
because obviously he wants to kill me too. Just so our ladies and
We
gentlemen
all do.
know.
If you remember the Ritz,
Oh, yeah.
the original Ritz in Roseville,
Yes.
we were so demonic as a group of people, the DJs, the bouncers, and everything, that we came up with a drink called Pitbull on crack.
Oh, boy.
And
This
it
sounds
was,
interesting.
It was Ouzo, Jägermeister,
Oh, that sounds like a killer already.
Blue Caraco, and tequila, and it was just.
Oh,
and
man.
They made it. If you could do 6 shots without throwing up, you get your money back. And
Wow.
it wasn't fun watching people walk around the Reds go
Give me your $6.
projectile
now. Thank
vomiting.
you.
All right, Scott, watch this. I'm gonna put you on.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you on the main line now.
Okay,
Here we go.
Mainline.
I'm ready.
Favorite local band.
Favorite local band.
Oh, I know mine.
I know.
Does it have to be present or from the
Any.
No, what about present and past?
No, it's.
Okay.
Oh,
We
okay.
can
We'll
do
give him
both.
two. We'll give him
Past
two.
for the past, I've always been a huge fan of Toby Red. Toby Red was always one of my.
How about
favorites.
Rhythm Corps?
Oh yeah, Rhythm Corps, but they made it real.
Can
big
we
for it.
meet on common ground?
I'm surprised they didn't
Oh,
put
look
that
at-
with the Olympics.
he's
With the
even-
Olympics.
Look at that. There it is.
There's a man crush.
God bless
going
you
on.
guys.
With all the
Studios.
problems in the world, somebody has to redo this. Like
Gotta
Slayer.
love you. Get
Slayer.
You,
Can you imagine
no,
Slayer redoing this?
And Devil's Ground,
Or maybe
Satan will hold your hand
or maybe
down.
or maybe somebody like Avenged Sevenfold. You know. Can we meet?
Okay, since you're a Ritz guy, you got to know some of these.
Well, no, hold on. We're still in the middle of this.
Sweet teas. Do it to her hurts.
No, let's not play. Let's not play with Scott and what he knows, because He's gonna destroy you. He'll know everything.
Trick or treat, Halloween.
There you go. He's gonna destroy you. So
Right, Tom?
okay, Scott. So
He's quick,
we got
he's
that
quick.
one.
Okay,
And
to
what,
think of
what would you say now?
Recent.
Recently.
I know mine.
I know, and it's really shitty to ask you this question, brother. And I'm sorry to ask you this.
Actually, it's
Greta.
it's kind of off the cuff, but Vinny Dombrowski, besides Sponge, has a band called the Orbiters.
Oh, we played with them.
And
I went on tour with them
just
actually.
love Vinny's writing
What with
style.
Crud? Did you like it with Crud?
Crud was awesome. I loved Crud.
Doesn't Crud still do stuff
Yeah.
with him?
Oh yeah, they just played a show not too long ago.
I'd like to
I'm
get
pretty
Crud
sure
in here actually.
That would be awesome.
I'm gonna
Crud
talk
was
to
good.
her because I got her on
Crud,
Facebook.
To me, Detroit, Crud was like Detroit's version of Nine Inch Nails. which I
Okay.
love. That big
Only she wore a bikini and her body was just
Right.
kicking like,
But
oh my
it's
god.
hard to pick just one Detroit band. I mean, God, there's so many out there that deserve the credit that.
But let's both
That
give a
is-
shout out at least to Heaven's Wish. I
Yeah.
mean, they were badass.
No, you can't
dude.
just say Heaven's Wish. You got to do it. Heaven's Wish. Because that's the
Scott's
way.
learning me.
That's the way
I'm learning.
That's the way I always brought him up on stage.
Heaven's Wish.
Just,
Is that how you do it?
on
Yeah,
that,
two,
Steve.
2 months ago, I got the proud pleasure of opening up for Heaven's Wish.
I know you did.
Diesel,
That's
and
why.
that was-
That's why I was.
That was a
you know,
dream. I mean, Ronnie's like, hey, you sure you want to open up for us? It's like, yeah, of course I do.
Well, yeah. Speaking opening up, your band. What's your band's name?
It's Chit. You know,
we gotta talk about this. This
the
is
band
funny.
Chip.
I love the name. I love this name so much I can't stand it. The guy is so fucking brilliant. It makes me crazy.
Shit.
And he made it to the point where it's like, it's very PC, but when you say it, it sounds like shit.
Shit.
But it's chit.
Shit.
blood. But actually, it was a social experiment at first. I mean, it's just a bunch of buddies going, hey, why don't you put a band together? And it's like, well, I don't have the time. It's like, well, don't play every weekend. Just play once or twice a month. And then got permission, from the Riff to do it. Got the name of the band, and then surrounded myself with some of the Detroit greatest playing musicians. And then we just go out once, twice a month.
I love
and just
you.
have a
And
ball.
you
and we wanted to
probably
play
do
the
have a blast.
we wanted to play the party songs that people forgot.
Right.
I mean, because so many times
they
you
love
walk
'em,
into
yeah.
a bar and it's like, I hate to downplay some of the other cover bands that are in town, but how many times can you listen to Bon Jovi? I mean, it's just like,
Right. This is for the song and the broken hearted. I'm Boston, but I have no accent of the Boston when
the
I
other one.
sing.
what is that? Blaze of Glory? Going down to the Blaze of Glory.
Tell me how.
No, what's the big one that everybody does from Bon Jovi?
It would be shit. Well, dude, there's so many. I
No,
mean,
it's the
you
one
gotta
that
give up.
the one that starts with the acoustic guitar.
Well, the Runaway. I mean,
No.
Runaway's huge.
No, not Runaway. It's the acoustic guitar. That starts the song.
Fuck.
Come on, Steve. You know everything.
No,
What the
I know.
fuck?
I know what he's talking about. Now it's killing me.
Take-
Because I can't think of it.
You know it. You know it.
Sh-
Yeah, there it is, right there.
Dave's on it.
I still can't.
Tommy used to have a
Yeah, exactly.
dog. He's been a strike.
Living on a
He's
prayer.
been on his
Yeah,
luck.
there you
It's true. It's true.
After last night, I can't hit any high notes. But again, it's coming up in April will be the 5-year anniversary of Chet already, and I'm just like,
Where are you
wow.
gonna be at April? Let's promote it.
Let's see, it's Capone's.
Because we
April
gotta
17th.
we want to hang.
Capone's.
We want to come and hang with
Capone's
you.
is in my hood.
Yeah,
Yeah, we want to come and hang with you
I've
for
got
sure.
I've got the schedule on my social
I
media.
got the schedule in my, because this is how Specs
busy
Howard
guy.
taught me how to talk.
Scott's
No,
a busy
no.
guy.
That's all you're going to hear from
And the
Steve.
the
Believe me.
verbs got to be up, and the nouns got to be up.
Specs
so when you
Howard
talk to
always
the
taught me the
nouns,
tools
when
that
it's
I needed to succeed. I have nothing but good praises. Okay, here we go. March 3rd at Winners. April 14th.
Winners.
Yep.
Okay.
April 14th at the Nail. April 27th, Capone's. June 2nd, the Lumberyard, which is a kick-ass bar. Shaner and
11 Mile.
696, 11 Mile. And then, let's see, Winners, Lumberyard, and then there's more dates being added.
Awesome.
And then went the Little Caesars Arena one.
Dude, you're fucking.
hasn't been finalized yet.
We're gonna come stalk you, Scott.
do you ever have time for your home life? I mean,
Oh, I thought you were going to say homework. Is like, yeah, I lost my homework.
My dog.
I mean,
Dog
really, you do so much, Scott. I mean, really, like
There's
you
time.
left, like literally, just for this show, ladies and gentlemen. Scott actually left. He lifted
He
the
left.
I took a lift
He took a lift.
because Uber is just terrible. You could get shot if you use an Uber.
He
allegedly.
left. He left Riff and came right to here to
Hey,
do another
when
fucking
you got
interview.
Sexy B. Arthur naked pictures. How could I not race over here to see B. Arthur naked?
I'm just wondering, like,
No, it's
are
great.
you just a workaholic? Are
Oh,
you just crazy?
anytime I
Like, you
can
don't
kick-
want to sit home?
Anytime that I can press that on button and talk on the radio on Riff, which has been my dream job. I've been there 21 years. Anytime, doesn't matter what time, overnight, daytime, weekend. If my boss goes, hey, can you help us out? Can you do a weekend shift? I'm saying yes. I don't care. I will do it.
Is it
I
overtime?
No, it's
Let's
not.
be honest.
No, I'm salary.
It's overtime.
I'm
No,
salary.
salary.
I'm a salary.
Dude.
So-
Great guy.
That's
it doesn't matter.
crazy.
So, anytime I have a chance to go on and just do my show, I'll do it.
Wow.
He loves
You're
it that
awesome.
much.
I love.
How much more does
What's the saying
does
go?
all you people love him now?
That
just so
cheesy-
the
that
audience
cheesy-
knows.
That cheesy saying: if you find a job you love, you'll never actually have to work a day in your life.
Now,
Right.
Did you get it at Specs Howard, Tom Profit? Rock and roll is not it. You got to do news.
Guitars are on the way out.
Yeah.
This Beatle thing is just going
And
to go
Scott,
away.
what's really
Do you
crazy?
think if Arthur Penhollow called the president right now, he'd pick up the phone? No.
And here's what's also crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Scott are complete opposites, but yet we're the same. Scott started on radio. I started a rock band. I got big. He got big on the radio.
He got bigger.
And then we flip flopped. now,
Now, where does the burrito come in?
There's a Mexican place right next door.
now I'm trying to be big on the radio, and Scott is trying to be big in a band. I mean, like, what made you want to go there? I guess
Well,
did you
for
meet so
one-
many bands in the backstage, and you're just like, "Fuck this! I need to do this."
With Chet, I can already tell you, I didn't get into it for the money, because that's what it's amazing how with these bands are traveling all over the place, miles, lugging tons of equipment and stage and lights and everything for a gig that is probably $400 or $500 at the most at these bars. And then sometimes they get to the bars, and the bars go, we don't have a whole lot of people. You're going to have to cut your set short. We can only pay you half. Sorry about that, man.
If that. Yeah.
Some bars are really, really good. I got to commend some of that they really love it. I mean, as I just mentioned, the Lumberyard. Lumberyard just loves the bands that come in, and they take good care of it. And there's a post.
Scott, there's a trick. You gotta suck the owner's dick.
Nope.
You gotta suck
Can't
his
say
dick.
that on the internet. Oh, yes, you can.
You have
Oh,
to
yeah.
suck his dick.
No.
And you'll get
Ever seen
paid
a grown
like
man
double.
naked?
Nobody's sucking anybody's dick on this show. Come on. Clean it up, damn it. Jeez. Hit that bell. There you go.
Look at those B. Arthur pictures. Make yourself feel better.
No,
again.
here we go. For those of you listening at home, the word of the day is snuffleupagus. Hit the bell. There we go. I was waiting to insert that stuff. Snuffleupagus.
Oh, I knew Scott was going to take over this show. I love it. I
We
love
love
every
Scott.
minute of it.
You're so
we love
great.
Scott.
And
we
we'll
love
be
Scott.
back right after these. No, not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Well, Scott, fuck shit, cock, suck, pussy, shit, fuck, damn.
Is that the 7? Is that the 7? Is that the 7 from George Carlin?
Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and
Bam! Give that man a bell.
There you
Ding.
go. Ding.
ding.
There
Sorry,
you go.
Dave. I was
Good answer.
short on the ding.
Dave got it.
I'm in charge of the dinger,
Because
apparently.
we actually, that was a question we had to learn in specs. The 7 dirty words from
What
George
you
Carlin
couldn't, what you couldn't say.
that you couldn't say on the radio. And it has since expanded immensely. I
Oh,
mean,
I'm
you
sure.
could do a whole show on that of just how crazy some of the FCC laws are that expand. I mean, it's gotten way, way worse now.
Wow.
Of things you can't say.
Your fans are really expecting you to be
I don't even
uncensored.
think I could say boob.
So
Boob.
talk-
Boob? Booby?
Boob.
Scott,
Or
do me a
tit.
favor.
Nipple. You know?
Scott, do me a favor. A lot of your
Hey,
fans.
what do you want?
Cum guzzling butt whore
Hey.
isn't appropriate.
Hold on, Emily. Hold on.
I'm
hold
just
on.
trying. I mean,
Scott, a lot of your fans are listening right now,
Right.
and they're expecting you to be
All
uncensored.
3.
So give them the uncensored
man, we're
of you,
here.
The
and
uncensored
in like
review?
within like half a minute. See
Of
what?
what?
You could do. Half a minute. Just anything
as
uncensored.
dirty as you can.
As dirty as you can. Just get it out of your goddamn system, brother. Get it out of your fucking system because you're chained.
I'll do it this way.
Here we go.
One, all right. My favorite word, okay, is
uh-oh. Hey, guess what, Scott? That's my favorite fucking word, too.
I mean, it's really not that bad. I mean, we think it's just how it's used in context.
Right.
You know?
But people aren't used to you saying that. They
But, no, it's
see you
like,
as that
hey.
friendly guy on Riff, and they just
You,
go,
you see that great
he's
band up
that
there, and
nice
it's like,
guy.
Yeah, but these guys fucking great. Yeah.
They got to hear the other side of Scott, the angry side of Scott.
No,
That's what
there's
I was
not.
trying to. The Scott that just wants to unleash the beast.
I'll tell you, when the ugly side of screaming comes out is when I'm hard on myself, when I do something stupid around the house or something. I get a very short fuse, and I'm like, oh, son of fucking why? And it's over. It's something so stupid.
I broke a fucking glass of the goddamn kitchen
last night,
fucking floor.
I'm getting ready for Chit live in concert at the Rusty Nail, and I can't find my slacks for the show because Chit all wears black shirt, black tie, and a white tie.
like a suit kind
I
of thing.
just washed my slacks just so they're ready, and I put them somewhere, and I couldn't fucking find them. I was like, I'm just yelling in my house. It's like, you think if you put something somewhere, it'd fucking be there when you wanted to. But no, not in this house. There's always something fucking missing in this house. It's not fucking fair.
Sounded like me last week, Scott. You're all right.
But it's over something stupid that I've done. And then when I calm down, I realize, oh, they're there.
Right where I put
They're
them.
right where I left them. Hey,
They didn't walk away on their own.
right. Where's that missing sock in the dryer? Fuck! God! Huh?
You're a great
Or,
guy, Scott.
what's that TV show? This Is Us or something like that? Oh, the DVR didn't work. Fuck! Oh my God! I missed that damn show that everybody's fucking talking about. This Is Us. Oh my God! What am I gonna do now?
Just go on
Which
Facebook and read about it. Yeah.
I have not seen that show at all. I'm completely.
Not a clue.
Have you guys seen it?
I've
Not a
never
clue.
seen it.
No.
No clue.
I have no idea what the premise of the show is. It's just
No
it's-
idea.
It's got to be
I'm a
some
Walking
downer.
Dead. I'm a Walking Dead kind of guy. Supernatural, like that kind of shit.
Yeah, but
you know,
Walking
like,
Dead I've gotten bored of because it never ends. It's just like
They keep
I know.
walking.
They keep walking.
they're still dead. They're still coming.
I know, right?
They're still
And they
coming
go
at
into
us.
another building and they got to deal with some more bullshit. I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
I mean, how come they can never find a burger joint or anything? There's no, you gotta keep running.
This
Dude,
month,
they're still coming at us. Next week, watch for this. Hey, they're still coming at us. Every single week is something different. But it's the same damn thing.
this week we battle the governor. Next week we battle somebody worse.
And they're still coming at us.
Coral.
As I said
Coral,
earlier,
you got bit.
Coral! Coral!
and
It's
then
not
you-
Carl, it's Coral!
And then
Coral!
you would immediately, I always think of the Monty Python sketches when something like that comes out. Oh, it's just a flesh wound. I'm all right.
I'm all right.
Your bloody leg's cut off. No, it's okay. Come here, I'll bust your kneecaps off. I mean, that would be a great mashup. Monty Python, Life of
Oh,
Brian,
shit.
and Walking Dead together.
Heck yeah.
Make it a comedy. It would be fucking hilarious. There's our $1 million idea. Hey, we don't have to work anymore.
I got a song for you for after this. We can't
Okay.
really play more than a couple seconds of a song on the air, but
All right.
somebody did a mashup.
Can you sing one on the air without getting in trouble?
yeah, that's your personal
shit.
interpretation.
Damn, we just blew it on Bon Jovi, didn't we? Ching ching.
Yeah.
The bill is in the mail.
Yeah, Dave.
We just blew our budget singing. Living
He's
on a
asking
Prayer
you.
for
Go ahead,
Time.
Dave.
Asking what?
No, it's
We
just a
thought you were
song.
gonna
It's
sing the
after.
song.
Oh no, I'm not
Oh,
singing a
after.
song. I got
Oh, this would be
afterwards.
after.
I got a
Oh,
mashup.
okay.
This he's talking about the after.
The after party.
The
I like
after
how
party
Scott.
with the rain.
I love
and
how
Screaming Scott.
if people are seeing this
Stay
on video,
tuned.
they understand. Scott gets deep in the voice right here, and he goes, "Oh yeah."
Now, when they do that on the TV, they tune in for the Rad Show Overtime. Only on the internet. You have to tune into the internet to watch the special Overtime edition. Get it on Facebook, Google, and Twitter.
$29.95.
But wait, there's more.
Steve will be live on Twitter after the show
Yeah,
taking your
exactly.
comments.
Taking your comments and questions. Steve,
Oh
that
my
was stupid.
God.
You motherfucker.
Oh, Scott, you're
Scott,
too
thank you
much.
so much.
We got to get him
Oh, you're
oxygen.
killing me.
This is
Ladies and gentlemen,
fantastic.
B. Arthur.
It's killing me. This is the greatest host
All right, you're
ever.
running out of time. You're running out of time.
We're running out of time.
Aren't you going to ask about my pet dog that died when I was a kid? I mean, something to leave him hanging. You know, I was like, Fluffy, my dog Fluffy.
Oh my goodness.
Fluffy talked to me. She said she wasn't satisfied. She was very angry with you.
We were talking about DJ influences. One of my great DJ influences was always Casey Kasem.
Oh, Casey.
Casey Kasem was great. I mean, to the point where AT Top 40 counts him down. No, is it? I'm trying to remember how it goes. Billboard ranked him. AT Top 40 counts him down. I mean, could you imagine if Casey? Can you really imagine if Casey was still alive?
Didn't
how he
Casey
would
say
sound?
that he lived longer because he had a lot of sex? Is that the same
I never
guy?
heard that, but
No,
I would agree with it.
No,
I would agree with that.
Dave, did you hear that?
I haven't heard anything about it. I just know
AT
they
Top
fought
40.
over his
Oh.
body.
We've got a brand new song from Kanye West. It sucks. It sucks, but we're still going to play it. Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. I'm Casey Kasem. Fucking ponderous.
Keep
man.
your Yeezys on the ground.
Anyway, we're the Rant Radio.
Thank you, Scott.
We
Thank
were
you.
Thank
we
you
were
so
pleasured
much.
enough
Thanks
to have
for letting me
Scott on
rant.
You're
here.
the nicest fucking guy.
Oh my
on the
God.
Fucking face of the earth.
I
You're
hope I have a
awesome.
job on Monday. No, I try to be honest and everything.
If they don't, you can call Emily. No, I'm just kidding.
We did good.
We'll see.
You guys
We'll
got a
see.
great show. I thank you so much for inviting me into your studio.
Dave,
It was a
you wanna
pleasure
let us
having
out?
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
We will be back Wednesday night right here on the Rant. Not this Wednesday.
Just let them know.
We're
Let
going to
'em know.
replay this show on Wednesday.
Everybody needs a break.
And
We'll be back after these messages.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll be right back. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Scott.
Oh, no problem.
You're so fucking awesome.
Oh my God.
You fucking kill me.
I